Good morning, everyone, and welcome to AI Tech Tuesdays. I'm your host, Crystal Gonzalez, here with Yamille we are with AI Tech Tuesdays, and we're doing things a little different today. We know that our last episode sounded a little scripted. We're new at this, so forgive us. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to continue our follow-up with our demonstration on NotebookLM. Yamil has prepared the second part, but before we get into that, I was talking with Yamil off camera just a few minutes ago, and I was saying, why don't I show everyone kind of how we're applying Notebook LM here at CGX Virtual Solutions? We have a really cool way we're applying it in our business, and we have tons of notebooks. So I thought I could do just like a quick screen share and show you a little behind the scenes here. And give you a few tips on what we're using it for. So, Yamil, you got any thoughts on that?
I love it. I am excited. Real life usage is actually what it's about. To see
Yeah.
what you're really doing with a tool, not just talking about what can be done, but actually showing it is the best thing ever. Can't wait.
Yeah, and before I do that, I don't want to forget. Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to
Yes.
our channel. We'd love to have more followers. We'd love to have more subscribers because as we move forward and we learn more about how to present on our YouTube channel, we really want you to be able to stay on top of everything we're releasing because we really are at the, on the leading edge of a lot of things, technology and AI. And so we really want you to be able to have that as well and be able to apply those things in your business. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, okay?
Yeah. And also interact with us because it's always really helpful to get ideas from other people, what they want to know, because we know about the tools, but what's really important is not just the tool, is how people are using it. How is it saving you a whole bunch of time? How is it creating value and giving you ideas of things that you'd never even thought were possible? So interact with us. Let us know what you'd like to know. If you have examples of something you want to learn specifically or wondered, hey, is that something I can actually do with this tool or that tool, depending on what we're talking about this particular week, we want to hear you. We want to know all about it. So please don't be shy. Let us know. And yes, of course, subscribe and turn on notifications so that you know when we're coming on.
And one thing I was going to say, Emil, I didn't give you a chance to let everyone know your business, but I did tell them mine was CGX Virtual Solutions. But why don't you let them know kind of your business and how they can find more about you?
Okay. And that's okay. No problem. I'm actually in the middle of a big rebrand. So a few things are kind of in the background right now, but I help service businesses kind of wrangle the chaos, kind of not wrangle it, but tame it by creating systems around what they're already do, making things predictable, consistent, and not dependent on somebody remembering to do something. So, when a follow-up needs to happen, it happens automatically. It doesn't depend on you. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Oh, no, it happens. It just happens automatically. So that's what I can help people do. And stay tuned for the big reveal because it's coming very soon.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of that and follow-ups, I was listening to a morning show that both of us actually listened to. It was funny how they were saying, like, talking more about the results and how, you have those leads coming in. And a lot of people in the trades businesses, a lot of business owners in the trades are spending so much money on ad spend, but they're not really taking advantage of the software that can really help them to really, make the most out of those leads coming in with good follow-up systems, really reaching out a good framework to really be able to capture. I mean, you're spending so much to get those leads come in, but how much is really closing and how much is really bringing the business in? And that's why Yamil and me are here, because this is something that we do with businesses, especially in the trades, is we understand you're out there spending money on ads, but what's your strategy look like? What has the marketing company kind of taken you through to ensure that that strategy is set up right? Who are you as a company? For us, what I'm going to show you in this, go ahead.
And the money that you're spending you need to capture all the leads that are being generated and do something with them. Because if you wait too long, I mean, somebody's got an emergency and you don't call them back for a day or two, forget about it. They've already gone on. They've already moved on. They've already hired the person who actually answered the phone, the person who got back to them, and you're just a distant memory. So we want to avoid that for you, especially if you're spending a lot of money on ads, because that's just a waste if you don't capitalize on that.
Yeah, I think they call that speed to lead. How fast are you
Speed to
getting to
lead.
that lead? Speed to lead framework. So, but yeah, with like this notebook I'm going to show you that we've set up here with Virtual Solutions, we have a whole notebook just on our strategy, our marketing strategy, and a campaign that we've set up. We've connected a few sources to it. And one of the things we have in it, you'll see, is a branding book. And we took a long time to put together our branding so that we knew we were targeting the right audience. We knew who our services are best fit for. In the first few years of the business, we didn't have that data. We really didn't know. We were kind of throwing a dart at a dartboard and seeing where it fell. But we spent, I'd say, about 6 to 8 months last year, really digging in deep into our business model, finding out who our good clients were, who the ones that we felt really found value in our services, and then who were pain in the butts. Like, who was it we didn't really want to work with as much? Like, who was it that
Mhm.
took a lot of our time that we weren't capturing as much money on? And we went in and we used AI to help us really solve some of these problems as a business so that when we're doing our marketing, we're going straight for the audience that we really know that we'll make money off of, and they'll love our services and be happy with us, and they don't turn out to be a big headache. So with that being said, let me go ahead and just share my screen here, and I will show you guys this really cool thing. So can you see my screen okay, Yamil?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So we have a lot of notebooks in here, but the one I'm going to focus on is this one right here, the CGX Marketing Strategy Campaign. And I've connected, like I said, we have our branding workbook in here. This is made out of a Google Sheets, kind of like an Excel Google Sheets we used, and it has a bunch of tabs in there where we went through our brand identity, who our ideal client avatars are, stuff like that. We also dropped in our landing page. I worked with Chat GPT to kind of put together some ad campaign ideas in Meta that we could run. One of our avatars is an overworked tradesman. So our target audience is trying to reach out to overworked tradesmen who are just, just overloaded in their company, and they're just trying to handle everything. And I just kind of uploaded all these sources, also our website, and based on that, we're able to prompt this workbook, this notebook. Some of the things that I did over here, for example, is based on these 6 sources, I had it create the infographic. So I wanted to show you guys kind of what came up. So we got this really cool infographic that, based on all the information that we provided it really does define who we are as a business. And it really talks about like the three pillars of scaling: having a trusted virtual assistant or office admin to really help on the back end, getting in your automation in there, and then putting in some coaching as well to really help business grow. And this is really what we do as a business. But I really liked it because I was able to just upload these sources, and we can add more. And these are live links, so that if at any time we update any of these sources, it's going to go ahead and update in here. But it also gives me some questions in here, like how does CGX use the architect archetype to guide a tradesman? And it came back, and I asked it that, and it came back and gave me a response based on the information it has in here. But one of the things I had it do was, I said, um, build a marketing strategy campaign for CGX Virtual Solutions that can be used in Meta ads. Let's see what comes back. It's going to go based on everything. I had actually built this out in the other notebook I shared with you. It was interesting. I shared this with Yamille earlier today when we were preparing, and this specific notebook I had created in my personal under my personal pro account, and I shared it with our other email account, and what I had worked on didn't save. So, you got anything to add, Yamil, while we're waiting for this to come up?
One of the things that I really like about NotebookLM, but a lot of the other LLMs too, especially ChatGPT and Claude actually too. But I use both of them almost equally. And what I really love is how it's always thinking out of the box. It comes up with ideas I could never have thought of in a million years. And this is using your own information. So, all this information is already there within your business, but you probably haven't thought of it. I mean, that's not just you, it's us, it's all of us. We think a different way when running a day-to-day business. A lot of times creative is not one of the things we are. We just can't. There's so much going on. This is killer to give
Absolutely.
you some ideas, out of the box ideas that you never even considered.
It is so
It's
true.
awesome.
If you look at this, it actually put together a campaign objective, who our target audience is, how our structure should be set up in our meta ads, and it even is giving us ad sets. Um, it's just really,
I
really,
mean,
really, really
meta ads are
comprehensive.
complicated, and this is amazing. Amazing, because meta ads are super complex.
Mhm.
Ad sets. What the heck is an ad set? How do I do that? What are the creatives? What do I do here? Step
And
by
AI
step.
will help with
And
it,
if you don't
even
understand,
AI.
yeah, and if you don't understand something, ask it. Explain this further, and it'll do it. It's so
Yeah, one
amazing.
of the things you can do too, I thought is really cool is like if you're going through trying to set up your meta ads campaign and you don't even really know how to do it, you can take it step by step. I mean, there was times when we took screenshots and we're like, I am stuck here. You're telling me to do this, but that's not what I see on the screen. And I'm sending it a
Mm-hmm.
picture and be like, I don't see. And so it's like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
meta ads is famous for changing things around. So just go here and it helps solve it. And so, you know,
All the time, every day, and twice on Sundays, changing everything. Everything looks different all the
geez.
time.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say the best way, even if you can't, if you're a business owner and you don't have the time for this, our assistants can help. Yamille can help. We'll help you get these things going. We'll guide you. You can reach out to us, and we definitely that's what we're here for. That's what we created this channel for, is because we want to help business owners be able to understand
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. And we know you're busy. But we really want to be a resource for you to be able to help you
Mm-hmm.
use these things, use AI, set things up. But like I said, in our case, we've been able to use this to really help us with setting up our marketing campaign. Here it even says, what specific qualifying questions should I add to my booking form? Well, this is like a form that is going to be kind of helping qualify or weed out specific individuals that maybe aren't a good fit for our company. So it's actually going to
Mm-hmm.
tell us what kind of questions we should add when we're setting it up. So anyways,
Yeah,
just thought I would kind of give you guys a little overview of how we're using this specific tool for us in our business. And there's so many other things that we're using it as well for, but yeah, good information.
it's cool. It's really cool. I think just to kind of go back on what you were just saying about the business owners, not necessarily either having the time or knowing how to use this. We feel you. This is changing every day. We're learning every day. So what we're using it for, we one day might be using it for one thing, the next day we're using it for another, or enhanced along the way with any new information that we learn
Definitely.
to
And
really leverage it for the business.
the notebook itself has even just its capabilities continue to change. They're just adding more
Hmm.
and more abilities in it itself, and so it's nice to get a foundation to be able to understand how to use it and put it to work in your business. You're not going to break it. So just start messing around with it. Use it, see how you
Exactly.
can use it. I mean, if you saw when I first started sharing my screen, we have a ton of these notebooks all based on different topic. And I know Yamil, you went over that in part one. But
Yeah,
I'm
I was
excited to
showing,
see.
I was
I'm
giving the
excited
tour
to
of,
see you. We keep talking over each other. I'm so sorry, Emil. I'm excited
sorry,
to see what you're going to show us on part two here
you got
because
it.
I know. Go ahead, tell us. What are you going to do on part two?
Part two, I'm going to show a little bit more on the studio and the options that Crystal showed you an infographic, but there's a lot of things that can be done. And I'm not going to do them all in one video because it's a little overwhelming, but I'll probably do a couple of examples to actually show you how it's done, the customizations that you can make. If you want to, you don't have to. You could just let it just do its thing. In fact, you could even create an infographic from a web page. So it'll take your website, for example, and you could just tell it, look, explain my whatever. Here's a link. Explain my business in 5 steps. And it'll just create it for you graphically. And it's beautiful. It's easy to explain. It's great for your front-facing employees, people that answer the phone, that are answering commonly asked questions. Wow. What a resource to have right in front of you that is just small. It's not convoluted. It's not technical. It's speaking normal everyday language that everybody understands. You can't beat that. And guess what? It's free or it's part of your Google workspace account, workplace. Sorry. It's free. So, I mean, you can't beat that. You just have to
Yep.
learn how to use it.
Yeah, even if you have you get the pro version, I think, with the upgraded
It's
domain
20
when it's
bucks a
like your
month.
work domain.
It's 20 bucks a
But
month if you have yeah, it's nothing.
yeah. So, and even, we have, geez, I mean, I have Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, Grok. I've got all these different
All of
LLMs
them.
that we're using for different things because they give us different outputs. Like, I was just asked
Hmm.
this question last week, like, which one do you use? And I'm like, well, it depends on what you want to do with it. Like, which one we
Exactly.
want to use
Exactly.
because some of them are good. Like, Gemini is really good with Nano Banana to help create images. That's really good on that side where Claude is more better when you're coding or you need code or
Writing.
and
Claude is
writing.
amazing at writing. It's creative. It's beautiful. And the new Sonnet 4 point, no, not Sonnet. It's Opus 4.6. The new version of Claude. OMG.
I
It
haven't
is
tried it out yet.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be showing you all these things, not at a super deep level because, everybody's going to use it differently for different reasons. But we just want to give you an overview of what you can use it for. But really, it's limitless. You can use it for whatever you feel is necessary. It's way more than just generating images, cute images with little puppies or whatever the latest LLM prompt of the day is that everybody shares on Facebook. It's a lot more than that. It
Yeah,
helps you
definitely.
synthesize. So I can't say that word. Explain things a little bit clearer and visually explain a lot of times.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just amazing how fast things are moving. I think that's what's really cool about this channel is Yum has a perspective on things and some different tools that she's been exploring with, and I have some that I've been exploring with because there's so much out there right now. Like even when we went to these conferences, there's so much information they're giving us. We're coming back overloaded with all these different
Mhm.
tools and things that we can use, and we haven't had a chance to really be able to use them, all of them, but between us, we
Right,
can
right.
definitely
We
some
can
are
divide and conquer.
yeah, yeah, exactly, and we can share all that information with you, and kinda
Yeah,
help you guys
yeah.
along the way. So, anyways, okay, well, why don't we go ahead and get into your demonstration of part 2 if you'd like to share your
Okay.
screen. Great.
Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Here with part 2 of our Notebook LM demonstration. I'm going to give a quick review of what I showed last time to get started with Notebook LM. If you have never logged onto it or activated it, you have access to this from your Gmail account, so your free Gmail account, or if you are a Google Workspace user, you just access it by notebooklm.google.com and you just log in. And that is how you get to it. Let's review the sources. So you can you can upload any file, you can upload links, websites, YouTubes, you can connect to your Google Drive and you can upload documents in that way. You could copy text. Actually, here's where you have to connect your content. So this is where you search for it. And then anything that you connect via Google Drive, anytime you edit it, it will, the connection has already been made over here as the sources. So all you have to do is sync it. If a change has been made or a team member has made a change, it'll actually give you a little visual reminder here that it's been done so that you are alerted to the fact that you just need to sync it. And then the current information will be updated on the source of documents. Here, if you are not doing this for work and you're looking for external sources on a topic, let's say you're learning something new, you can go do some fast research or some deep research. So that's a review on the sources and how to bring them in right here. Now, by default, these will be all checked so that, everything is used at one time. You can, however, uncheck that. And let's say I want to just do something with this particular document. You just check that one, or I want to do something with these three and and just check those. So Earlier today, I didn't want, it took a little bit longer than I expected. So didn't want you to wait for it to load. So I'm just going to show you the results of it. I asked this question right here. How should homeowners maintain their electric water heater safely? The outcome was this right here. Let's say that I want to create a document or a training guide for my front-facing employees or my field service techs for easier communication with consumers. So here it is right here. If you wanted to only use this particular result for this particular question, you can save it to a note. I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again. You save it to a note, and then it shows up here. And then you can save it as a source. And then it'll show here so that you can do something specific with that particular document. Okay? So today, now that I've given you that kind of refresher, I wanted to show you the NotebookLM Studio. It's right over here. So this is kind of like the active part of the notebook. Here you can chat with it. You can create new strategies. You can, it kind of prompts you, like you saw up here, certain things that you can ask. But, if you know what you already have in here, or let's say you've uploaded all your manuals, your customer documents, go ahead and ask it a specific question here. And this is important. This is very, very useful. But if you want to create additional assets from these sources, you can. And the studio allows you to do a multitude of things. Today, I'm going to show you two things. I'm going to talk about these, but I'm going to show you two things because otherwise we're going to be here for an hour. First one, I'm going to show you infographics. So earlier, I created this so that you don't have to wait while it loads. But what I did was I created an infographic that was about, let's see, how did I do that? It was internal quoting guide. So I used this document right here, the pricing guide, to create this particular infographic. And how you do it, if you don't want to style it in any way, you just click here. Make sure you select your source, you click here and go and you wait. But if you want to style it, you can. You can choose whether you want to use it landscape, portrait, or square. If you want a concise information, the information presented in a concise way, or standard, or very, very detailed. Let me just warn you that if you do very, very detailed, it's going to be very busy. So just depends on what you're, let's say the source is very specific to one topic. Maybe this makes sense. Standard is good. Concise is really nice because it gives you kind of straight to the point without getting too busy or too hard to understand. In this box down here, you can guide the color, the style, the focus. You could kind of tell it just like you do, like you prompt ChatGPT or Gemini or any other LLM. You can tell it here. For colors, you will need to tell it specific color codes. So if you need help with that, just ask us and we can show you how that works. So I'm not going to actually generate a new one. I'm just going to show you the one I created, which is this one right here. And this is what this is a fabulous training guide. It's something that you can actually even post up on a wall if you want to. Put it on a binder. Just put it somewhere where it's easy for the people who answer the phone, the people who are answering consumer questions directly. A great place to have all the things that you do in one place. Okay? This is the infographic. Now, it does come with the NotebookLM logo down here, but you can just as easily stick yours down here as well by editing the image. This is just a JPEG, I believe. Okay? All right, so that is the infographic, and that's how you create it. I showed you. The next thing I want to show you is the video overview. Now, this is this one particular here doesn't give you a lot of, actually it does. I take that back. When you click it, you can have it be an explainer, or it can be brief. The sample I'm going to show you is actually an explainer. So it's a little bit longer, but if you want it to just be real quick, like under 2 minutes, I believe, you choose brief. You choose your language. You choose, if you don't do anything, it'll select it on its own. You can do custom, you can do classic, or you can choose any of these styles right here. Then there's another area where you can tell it what your goal is for this particular presentation. I want it to be on new coding. I want it to be on upsell. I want it to be service range comparison. And this is being created by the documents that are here. So if I was talking marketing, or if I was talking, student tutorials or something else, these options would be different. But these are given to you. See, if you notice how it changes, dispatcher's home care plan is actually creating those options based on the information you gave it, the sources that you uploaded. And you can try different styles if you are interested in doing that. I'm going to give you a brief overview of what the explainer one looks like, so you can see it. I'm only going to show you probably like a minute, if that, so you can kind of see what it looks like. But we were going to upload the full video so you can see it on the channel once this episode airs. Okay, right here. So here's the video. Oops, sorry. It's actually right over here. So this one I created based on the $19 a month loyalty plan. So I used only this right here as the source to create this particular video. Okay. I'm going to show you just a moment of it so you can see what it looks like. And I believe I did the, can't remember which style I did. I think I just did the explainer, the basic style.
Welcome to the explainer. You know, sometimes the biggest business lessons aren't in some dense Harvard study. Sometimes they're hidden in plain sight, like on this simple one-page document from a local plumbing company. Seriously, we're going to break down how a tiny $19 a month plan can completely change a business.
Okay, let's just imagine this for a second. Your phone rings. It's a total emergency, right? You swoop in, you fix the problem, you're the hero of the day. But then, crickets. Will that customer ever call you again? That silence, that's not just quiet, it's the sound of unpredictable revenue. And that's a huge problem. And that right there brings us to the core challenge we're talking about today, the one-time customer problem.
So what is a one-time customer? Well,
isn't this kind of amazing? It created this 6-minute and 26-second video overview from this one-page document. And it just basically took it in, and it just thought it over. And it's like, what's the best way to present this? And you're going to see the whole thing if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and upload it to the YouTube channel once this airs. Okay. So the other thing I was going to show you, since we have a little bit of extra time, and that is the mind map. So I'm not going to create a new one. I'm going to show you one I already created. It is this one right here, and it is talking about service and dispatch. So again, I'm going to be using this document here so that it is focused on only one thing. And when you're doing mind maps, that really is the best way to do it. And this, because they can be used as a training guide. Some people like to learn in a visual way. Others will just take a list of things and be fine with it. This one here is talking about the call handling and dispatch and what should be done at every step. So right here, what happens in the first 60 seconds, what happens when you're trying to triage the call, what's going on, what kind of help does the customer need, non-emergency scheduling, how to handle that, how to log the jobs, how to schedule them, and then what happens if somebody calls after hours, and how does your team handle it? Just a visual way of representing your existing processes, what you already do. So there's also audio overview. There are reports you can create. There's flashcards if you're learning a new topic, a new subject. You can create a quiz. This might be great for onboarding new people for you. Slide deck if you are presenting information, and data tables. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the reports area here because this is kind of interesting how it has so many uses, and it's actually loading suggestions based on the sources that were uploaded. If you notice, this is talking about specifically plumbing. This is talking about the performance standards, the interactions of customers, training. If you want to write a blog post to talk about a specific topic, create a study guides for your new for your new employees so they understand their job, briefing, and anything that you want to do. You can be very specific about what you want here. But let's just talk about the blog post for a moment. If you create a blog post, couldn't you also create a video overview to have that blog post be interactive and talking? It talks. Or you create an audio overview and make a podcast. You can also create an infographic to post on your blog post. It makes it more interactive. You can also use it on social media. So there's all sorts of ways to capitalize on this tool. And as we said earlier in the show, it's free. If you have a Gmail account, it's free for you to use. Believe the only limit that you have is that believe you have 100 notebooks, and I believe it's 100. And if you have the Google Workspace account, then there's more. But for the use case most people would use it for, it's free. It's perfectly fine. You can share documents just like you can a Google document. You can restrict it. You can share the notebook or you can share the chat. You can restrict it to anyone with a link. You could send a welcome note, all sorts of things that you can do here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to interact with us on the YouTube channel. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button. We want to hear from you. Let us know if there's something you want to know, if there's something you want to learn, if there's a certain use case you've been wondering about, can I do this with AI? Just connect with us. Let us know, and we'll explore it. If we don't know, we'll figure it out. In the meantime, have a fantastic week, and we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Bye, everybody.
Thank you guys. See you next Tuesday.